They say games are played on the field and not on paper, and that's a good thing. Because if this one were played on paper, it might get ugly, but you never know what's going to happen. Welcome to the home of the BYU Cougars in LaVell Edwards Stadium in Provo, Utah. As we see a squad from the Big 12, the Utah Utes, taking on the 15th ranked team in the land, the BYU Cougars. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, here with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get this thing rolling. BYU about to kick it off as we get this game started. That ball scoots through the back of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. So the Utah Utes offense will go to work first. It can catch people off guard, but one of the most intense, fiercest rivalries in the country in the Beehive State. BYU and Utah continue to prove why everyone ought to pay attention. Cougars trailed at 21-10 at the half and won on a field goal with 3 seconds left.
And it was BYU that capitalized on a lot of Utah mistakes, especially in the second half of that game. 2 costly turnovers by the Utes helped BYU score 12 unanswered in the second half, including a game-winning field goal, David, as time expired.
Well, and that game-winning drive had a little bit of drama, too. Remember the 4th down holding call? Not a lot of likes about that call. Not a lot of like between these two teams. A lot of hatred. It's always a fun matchup. We're in store for a good game.
And this quarterback wasn't thinking about taking off and running with that one. He was outside the pocket, but he kept his eyes down the field. He kept reading the coverage. He was surveying to find an open target. Accurate throw, and they get the first down.
And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Lost 1 on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Looking for room. It's Parker. And a decent gain there before the defense makes the stop.
Offenses, when they run these RPOs, they just want to be comfortable. The quarterback wants to make the read very easy, very clean. It's your job as a defense to kind of create some confusion, speed up that process any way you can.
They've got it inside the 30. They'll mark it at the 28. It's first down.
How nice is it as a play caller on a critical 3rd down in a pretty obvious passing situation when you've got a guy like this that can just take off and go get you the first down, right? There's no panic. Nothing's open downfield. Great job in coverage, but that's not a problem because I just know it's like backyard football again growing up as a kid. He just takes off. He's a better athlete than anybody you've got, and he gets the first down.
Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. The give to the back. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. 3rd down coming up, and the Cougar faithful are doing everything they can to help out this team. Looking downfield, it's Dampier. He's got the back in the middle. Got enough to move the sticks. First down from the 17.
And that's just inexcusable if you're on defense there, man. 3rd and long, you've worked so hard to get to that point, right? To put yourself in position to come off the field, and you're going to allow a check down throw to the running back to go pick up that first? Man, that's going to drive this defensive coordinator crazy.
If they're going to keep covering him like that, they're just going to keep going to it.
Yeah, and it's so hard because you want to stay back and take away the weapons outside the wide receivers, but when this guy's going to be able to catch the football and he makes plays like this, now I'm going to have to maybe play more man.
And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Utah!
And I like the play call because when you get in the red zone, you get more man-to-man. The field shrinks. What do? Put a guy in motion, good timing, get it to him. And how about the receivers on the outside blocking up their guys, and he takes it all the way in for the touchdown.
And he's got the extra point, and it's 7-0 to start this one. They put together a 74-yard touchdown drive. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. The coverage team maintains his discipline, not much doing on that return. The Cougars offense will try to get something started with their first possession. I know Bo Nix has the single-season completion record, but this guy may make a run for it if he has many more games like the last one, David.
It was crazy. I mean, it was interesting to watch, man. Just in a rhythm, not fooled, like just so confident, knew his answers to the test before the questions were even asked. And defensively, that presents a huge challenge. And Jesse, how do you want to attack it? Because something has to change after that last game we saw.
Yeah, I think one of the big keys for him having that kind of day and that kind of accuracy was his offensive line gave him a lot of time to survey the field and throw guard. So if you're on defense here, you've got to find a way to disrupt his rhythm. You've got to be able to get pressure on him. You don't necessarily have to get him to the ground and sack him, but the ball has got to come out early. You cannot let him sit back there and pick you apart.
Caught behind the line. It's Brockmeyer. And a good job of coverage by that defense. Just a short pickup.
And these quarterbacks have to really trust their wide receivers that they're going to be disciplined and run to the right route when they're throwing that ball to the outside like that, because those corners are sitting there on the inside, and the worst thing that could happen is to miss inside and that cornerback can go in the other direction.
I think that was an example of the offensive coordinator trying to help out his quarterback. He's trying to keep these third downs manageable. You know, you throw the ball on second down and it's incomplete. Now you've set up third and long, and now you're set up to fail.
Encroachment defense. Contact in the neutral zone leads to that penalty. Good news for the offense. The Cougars are moving quickly down the field. Wants to throw on first down. Got a man. It's Hagan. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
And I love the awareness by the wide receiver on that play, because I'm not sure that route was supposed to be that deep. You got to wonder if the receiver decided maybe to adjust the route a little bit to make sure that he got the first down.
And that's a very productive first down play and bringing up 2nd and 3.
When these wide receivers work the middle of the field, so much of this is feel. Understanding where the holes are in the zone, or understanding how to get leverage on a man. And these wide receivers are dangerous nowadays because they do it so fast and see that so quick and make those plays over the middle.
We've reached a break. It's Utah holding the lead. And we've come to the end of the first as we take a moment to check out the stats so far. Had a chance to talk it over during the break, and they'll start with 2nd down. Off play action. Got it in the middle. It's Ryan. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the first down. The Cougars come to the line with a new set of downs. Looking downfield on first down. They'll run the screen. And that did not work. Defense smelled that one out from the beginning.
Well, the defense sniffed that screen out perfectly. All the D linemen, they were reading the body language of the offensive line. They knew something was up, and when the screen pass got thrown, they were right there to make the tackle.
They get this sophomore on the ground, but he continues to make plays. And the Cougars back to the line on first down. Let's see if they keep leaning on this running game. Looking to throw on first down. Finds his target down the middle. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. From the gun, running back gets to give. What a nice job by the defense to string it out, not give him any kind of alley, and knock him down for a loss.
And not much running room. He had to break a tackle and still break another tackle to try to get back to the line of scrimmage. Not good blocking on the play.
But that's what coaches always emphasize, too. Never assume a teammate's going to make the tackle. You run to the ball, and they did it there.
100%, especially guys that are so big and strong and elusive nowadays. They're going to break tackles. Keep swarming, keep hitting them. Next guy, don't assume the tackle's going to be made.
He splits the uprights. That'll bring him to within 4. So they're lining up to kick it off after that last drive. Put a 3 spot on the board, and now the defense will try to shut them down. Starting in 1971, the Beehive Boot was established to determine the best team from the state of Utah. Boot itself estimated to be well over 100 years old.
Man, this is one of the most physical college football games I think we see each and every year, David. And this game's been referred to the holy war between BYU and Utah, but this game almost...
Oh, he found a space on the right. Ridden out of bounds at the 45, a big play for this offense.
These quarterbacks are nightmares to play. Pretty good coverage on the outside. Man-to-man, nobody looking at the quarterback. He takes off. He doesn't look like a quarterback. Looks like a running back. Chews up yards, gets way down the field, and makes a big play for this offense.
I got to be honest. I know the defense respected this guy's running ability. I don't know, though, if they knew it was this good. He has been gashing in this game with his legs, and already you're seeing the defense now make some adjustments to slow this guy down. They were able to get him to the ground. He's still got a couple of yards, but this has got to continue for this defense. You know he is going to carry the ball.
Dropping back, it's Dampier. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
A good job by this defense. Great job in the secondary. Eyes on the quarterback. They took away the first option, made him go to option 2, made him go through his progression, and then they got time to get home and get a hit on the quarterback.
And it'll be incomplete. He got on the move trying to make something happen, but just couldn't find a man.
Well, nice job by the defense here in back-to-back plays. 2 straight incompletions, giving up some yards, and the opponent's in field goal range. This is a place a lot of D coordinators like to send the blitz, because if you sack the quarterback and create a negative play, you knock them out of field goal range.
Gets it out quickly. He'll be stopped about 2 yards short of a first down. They'd hope to be able to pick up enough after the catch, but a good stop leaves them with a 4th and short.
Really good job by the defense being physical, understanding the situation in the game. The ball's going to come out quick. You know that. Go make the tackle, force the 4th down.
This is a makeable field goal distance, but this offense is thinking touchdowns. They'll go for it on 4th. Makes the grab past the marker. Picks up enough to give them 1st and 10 from the 13. The new popular phrase for a favored team not really coming out of the gates quickly is that they're playing with their food. There are a lot of peas being pushed around the plate right now, guys.
Yeah, Reese, they've been stumbling around. They've been making mistakes and shooting themselves in the foot in this game. But, David, I think you also have to give credit to the underdog in this game because they're just playing with more intensity. They look like they wanted it.
Oh, dude, when you come out the gates in the first quarter, it's adrenaline, it's passion, it's being talked about as the underdog. As this game goes on, can they keep that intensity up? Right now, they're doing a heck of a job.
And they keep him out of the end zone. He's run out of bounds at the 5. Really need to pick up this conversion and avoid having to settle for the field goal. They'll try to run for it. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Utes!
This guy just has a nose for the end zone, and you love his ability to find creases, use his speed in the open field, and go score. He's been really good for his offense early this year. That already his 5th rushing touchdown on the season.
The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. And he'll bring it back. And the return man is stopped, and that'll leave it up to the offense on the next drive. They take over late in the half, enough time to put together a drive. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. I don't think that's the way they drew it up. Incomplete.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
The sure hands, it's Hagan. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain.
Good play by the defense. Way to wrap them up. Way to know where the sticks are. Now put you in a successful position for 3rd down. Now you can break out the fun packages, the blitzes, putting more speed, more little fast guys on the field.
They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. He lofts one down the sideline. Oh, he had it The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers.
That's one thing this defense takes a lot of pride on. They like tackling the catch, and they like being around the ball. That time, he was in proximity to knock that thing loose. Nice physical play.
Not able to pop the big return, but they've got the ball back and ready to go with a fresh possession. The Utah offense returns ready to go back on the attack. They'll try to put a drive together starting from the 36. Using the quick game. Nice gain on that play, but leaves it a little short of the first down. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half.
And quarterback dropping back, understanding I'm getting zone coverage. All I got to do is be a little bit patient, manipulate that defense a little bit. My wide receiver runs that drag, and I get the first down.
Makes the grab. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains. To the air. It's Dampier. Immediately fires to the middle. They bring him down, but not before he gets a first down at the 35. The Utes want to move quickly. Wants to go up top on first down. Throws to the wideout. And he drops it just a little too slippery in the hands.
Just got to finish the play through the wide receiver. You got to look that one in and complete it. It's a bad drop.
Well, will they dial up on second and a long way to go? Catch in the middle. It's Parker. Really nice job there by both guys to throw and the catch to work that defense and get the first down. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for one or two more plays. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Here comes the heat. There he goes. Out of bounds right at the 10-yard line as they are threatening to score.
And this is the hard part about being on defense and choosing whether to be conservative or bring the blitz. They bring the blitz, he sees it, and that's what he does really well. Sees it and immediately makes a decision, gets to some green grass, and gets a positive gain for this offense.
That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Gentlemen, the Beehive boot is on the line, and already BYU and Utah have given us some stirring moments.
And the Utes will kick it away to start the second half. The returner's going to try to see what he can get. And the coverage team able to wrestle him down. This drive will open from the 15. They'll open the second half with a run. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it. Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. And he is stopped immediately by the big defensive lineman. The Cougars need a massive chunk play to move the sticks here on 3rd down. A quick completion to the left, looking for the first down. He stopped at the 15, not enough for the first down, and you'd think we'd see the punt team. Looks as if BYU will have to punt it away. They'll look to pin him deep. Fields to punt and tries to help improve that field position. Returns like that are why you don't settle for the fair catch if you don't have to. Picks up just a little bit of yards to help out the Oak. So first play of the drive coming here from their own 49. Dropping back, it's Dampier. Quick strike complete. Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. They pick up half of it. It'll be 2nd and 5.
And I think this has probably been the most surprising thing of this game so far. This guy's one of the best running backs in the entire country. They just can't get him going. He's never been able to get into a rhythm. You got to give the defense so much credit because they have been able to shut this guy down, and they got to keep that up here in the second half.
The Utes with the 1st and 10. With jet sweep pass. And a nice run there before the defense finally makes the stop.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run after the catch, so pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in his peak day if I were allowed to have push passes when I was playing quarterback. I'll tell you that. It is so hard to defend. It's so hard to seal that edge, especially when this guy's full speed ahead coming around the outside.
On 3rd and short, they'll go to the power running game. Doesn't quite make it to the first down marker. He's a yard short.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
Hand off from the shotgun. He'll bounce his way ahead for a pickup of 4 out to the 14. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Using his legs, it's Martin. Makes it past the marker. That kind of play will get a drive started or help your field position. They've got it at the 27. Solid run on the last play gives this offense another first down. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
Man, it's been a surprise today for this offense. Like, coming into the game, we all talked about it. We thought they'd be able to run against this defense that's been run on a lot, and this offense just can't get the running game going. Be interested to see what they do to try to change it up, but somehow, some way, they need that physical ground game.
A nice job by the QB there, timing out that drag throw. It's zone coverage, so he's got to make sure he gets it to his receiver in a window to allow him to catch the ball and then turn it upfield.
They'll throw it to the back on the screen. No, sirree, not this time. The defense was there and ready for that one. Punt is in the air on 4th down. Takes it on the return. Excellent coverage and tackle that time, and that's how the 3rd quarter comes to a close. Guys, that's the end of the quarter, and Utah has the lead here. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. One more period to go to see who can make the winning plays and come home with the victory. They go back to work in the final period of this one. They go to the ground. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
How about the job by this defense today? They knew what they were getting into. A really good running back. We talked to him this week. It was the main focus point of this offense, stopping the run game, stopping the run game. Boy, have they showed up and showed out and answered that challenge.
Not a whole lot of progress made there on the short run. It is deafening in here, soaked in noise as BYU tries to get a stop on 3rd down. He's going to run it. Got the first down. There he goes. And he's forced out of bounds close to the goal line, and that shove saved a touchdown.
And how nice is it to just have a quarterback that you believe in, that you can trust, you can put it in his hands on 3rd down to make the right decision. You've got the lead, and you've got your guy. He sees it, nothing open.
And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Utah! They're now in really good shape to get back into the win column as they extend the lead here late.
And a lot of times late in football games, you'll see offenses get really, really conservative with the lead. I like how this offense didn't go against the clock. They stayed within themselves. They stayed true to who they were. And now, big-time advantage, big-time lead, up by 17 in the fourth quarter.
Utah 21, BYU 3.
And he'll return it and try to get behind his blockers. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. They'll get this drive going from the 17. Give to the running back. Stonewalled again. No gain on the play. They keep trying to stick with the running game, but there's not much getting done. Pulls and throws off the RPO. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. Coming to the line of scrimmage on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Lofts one high and deep. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch.
Well, the defense came into this one knowing if they stop the pass, they win the game, and they have done that. Their guys have won one-on-one on islands. They've been able to get to the quarterback. They've been mixing up their looks. They haven't even allowed 100 yards passing in this one, and that's why they are way ahead here in the fourth quarter.
Now they've got even more breathing room out to the 31 and a fresh set of downs. To the air on first down. Unloads to the wideout. Good hands in there by the defense to force the incompletion.
And it's just been that kind of day for this quarterback in this offense, guys. They have never been able to get into a rhythm throwing the football. Timing's been off. Accuracy hasn't been great. We've seen some drops. Just not in sync, and that's why they find themselves trailing by a lot right here late in the game.
It's runs like that that can really help your field position as they're up at the 35. Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Rush coming in hot, and they got him at the 29. Down in the fourth quarter, it's too late for empty possessions. They'll go for it on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Looking deep down the right side. Big tight end makes the grab. It's a first down. And they finally make the tackle, but this will be a pretty easy conversion for this offense. The Cougars want to crank the tempo. Looking to throw on first down. And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19. And the Cougars with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Wants to go up top. He'll take a shot. Touchdown, BYU! Made the grab in the end zone for the score. They'll try to tack one more on their score.
Love the thought process by the quarterback here on this play. Nobody open in the end zone. Find your check down. Find the running back. He does that, and once this guy's got the ball in his hands, he shows you that elusiveness and his ability to sniff out the end zone.
They'd hope to get that thing bouncing around, but the hands team is able to corral it. Utah has it back on the offense coming onto the field. They saw what happened on that last scoring drive, and now probably feeling a little bit of heat to answer. The give, and tick, 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 tick. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Looking for room, it's Parker. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense.
You just got to wonder how frustrated this guy is, especially after the success he had their last game out, but just nothing going in this one. He has not been able to get himself into a rhythm. There's been way too much penetration up front defensively. They have been able to stop him in his tracks.
Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. Let's go! And the Utes have it with a 1st and 10. The give to the tailback. He's brought down just running hard in the red zone, and he'll be just a few inches short.
And this is a perfect situation. This is a situation, if you asked me to be in before the game, the coaches would have been in heaven. I got the football. I got the lead on their side of the field. Nice gain on 1st down. Same exact script. Do it again. Run the football, run the clock, let that thing tick down. And if we add points, we add points.
And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. 3rd down coming up, and the Cougar faithful are doing everything they can to help out this team. On the jet sweep, racing for the edge and the sticks. Came through like a shot and knocked him down for a loss of 5.
So many offenses do this, right? They run the jet sweep. This defense was more than ready. They see it all the time. They got the penetration. That play had no chance to be successful.
Never a doubt. And now the lead is even bigger. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Gentlemen, that pivotal top 15 battle is in the books. Here's how things went down. South Carolina somehow, some way, found a way there in Columbia and picked up a much-needed victory. It wasn't a masterpiece, but let's be honest, it wasn't a loss either. We'll see a lot of games this week, but few will have as much of an impact on the new top 25 poll next week as this one, gentlemen.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. And just a short, safe pass play, they pick up a few. Quick tempo, no huddle offense. 2nd down, clock's running.
QB spikes the ball to stop the clock.
They're facing a 3rd down.
3rd down coming up.
From the gun, wants to pass. Quickly complete. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36. The Cougars in the hurry up. And they spike it and get the clock stopped.
QB spikes the ball and the clock is stopped. No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd down.
So now it's 2nd and long. Back to pass. Fires complete on the crosser. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. They were certainly feeling the spirit in this edition of the Holy War, and it is the Utes who take the crown in this one. That's going to do it from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and you've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football. Guys, this is a story we see every single year in college football. Ranked teams losing to unranked opponents. Whatever the reasons, it adds to the flavor of a season.
It's so good because we all love the upsets, and then if you're the team that got that ranked win, Jesse, you start to build your resume, start to build some momentum. So this squad got a good win today.
They sure did. They put the rest of college football on alert with that huge win. And for the team losing, they've now got to be able to turn the page. They got to go back, do some soul searching, because they're a much better team than what they showed today.
Thanks so much for spending some time with us. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.